Hello everyone, we are back on Ascension playing our Venomancer, and of course we're going to do some PvP. It's going to be a lot of fighting here, boys, just so you guys are ready. First, I want to thank all of you for your positive feedback. It seems like you guys are enjoying these videos, so thank you for that. And if you want to see more, then like, subscribe, all of that jazz. Thank you. I do have some juicy stuff planned. I have 130 gigs of footage, so I do have a lot, and we're going to take a look at some of it today. So we start off in Stranglethorn, of course. I'm level 42. I find this AFK dude, I didn't know he was AFK. I was hoping that maybe he would wake up when I started attacking him, but he didn't. And then I see this witch doctor over here, and the witch doctors, they're kind of weird in my opinion. They're ranged, as far as I know, and they have all of these different like wards they can put out, like Mimic Ward, Slow Ward, Serpent Ward, Observer Ward, Sentry Ward, I don't know, there's so many weird things. But I let him just finish the mob because I don't want to jump him. We're like almost equal level, so I don't see any reason to be cheap. So I open with my Brood Trap into my Venom Fang Ambush, get a nice clear casting there into my Web Wrap, and I go for a full Blood Mark Widowmaker, so it actually do a lot of damage. Then he pops some sort of immunity. There's a Dancing Troll here, looks like the Warcraft 3 ability, which is kind of cool. Turns into a snake and runs away, and I burrow into him with Parasite. I try to drop a Brood Trap, but I'm still in combat. And then this happens. And I was like, oh, nice, I got him. But then I looked back at what happened, and I was like, wait, I got juked. That was actually, he went into stealth and I killed like a clone. So 10 seconds after this clip happened, I turn around and I see the guy mounting up and running in the opposite direction. So I got completely outplayed. I just thought this was kind of funny and I want to show you guys. I'm out doing some quests, getting some Nagas, being a peaceful little spooder, when I see in the corner of my eye, I see this guy. He's a he's a Sun Cleric actually. I thought he was a Templar for a second. I dash away because I have a bleed on me, so I can't stealth. The bleed falls away, and I hop into stealth. And you can see he ran after me over there. So he was definitely out for blood. So I check my trinkets to see if I have the right one equipped, and I do. I Parasite into him because he's clearly looking for me here. So I'm like, okay, what is this guy gonna do? He's just standing there. Maybe he's looking at some other guy down there. Maybe gank them. So I'm level 46 at this point, so is he, so we're at the same level. I dash in, pop down a Brood Trap. It misses, I put on the other side, but my first one hits. So now I usually like to just sit back and watch, because some people, they completely panic when this happened. And they start spamming AoE, but of course I walk too close. So I get knocked out of his AoE. I use my Web Wrap, I use my Pet Summoning Trinket to get my Water Elemental, get my Serpent Fang in, start dashing away because I have my dot on him, so I don't need to hit him right now. Go for my Shadow Meld to drop combat so I can instantly stealth. I drop down 2 Brood Traps, so I'm on top of my Brood Traps right now. I swap trinkets. He uses a Pet Summoning Trinket, the Raptors, and they trigger my traps. And I'm like, oh shit, because these NPCs, they can usually, because the game is so buggy, they can find you in stealth. So I'm like, uh-oh, I'm gonna be far away now, just in case. But my spiders actually win against them. So they start attacking him. I ambush the Sun Cleric, go for another Serpent Fang, go into Beetle form. And now he just stands there. I'm not sure what his plan was. So I'm just nuking him down like in Beetle form. I don't do that much damage in Beetle form, but I'm very durable. So I put my Harden cooldown just in case. So I don't know what his plan was, to be honest. So we're at the same spot grinding the same mobs, and I see in the corner of my eye again another guy, a level 45 Rune Master. So I preemptively go into Beetle form because I'm expecting him to jump me right away, and I pop my Harden because you can see the health that I gain, and I take less damage. But he waits until the mob is dead and then jumps me, and I'm like, okay, I can't take this. Rune Masters do way too much damage. So I unburrow on top of this little hill, instant Shadow Meld into stealth, drop combat, drop a Brood Trap. So now it's kind of like a stealth versus stealth game here, but I go to the other side of the tree and I pop 3 Brood Traps in this little bush and I start healing myself. So I'm just sitting there, okay, he didn't find me. I get back into stealth again and I try searching for him. But then all of a sudden enter combat. So he actually went up there and walked into my trap. So he's half HP now because he triggered my traps. And he has spiders on him. So I'm like, oh, perfect. So I hop back up. I start with my Venomfang ambush into web wrap. He trinkets. He tries to vanish. And then, yeah, gravity did the rest. So next I find this level 51 ranger. I'm level 47 at this point, so there's a little bit of a level difference. Same thing here, I let him finish the mob. I don't want the mob to make me be in combat and stuff. So I drop my brood trap. He notices it, doesn't know what to do, vanishes into stealth, and he's gone. So I'm like, okay, I try to pop down a couple of brood traps. But, you know, finding him when he's such a high level as well is going to be difficult. But then I noticed on the corner of my eye, I see this little alarm bot, or this little loot bot. This little pet. So I was like, okay, maybe that's his pet. And it is. So he then goes back to mobs. So I open again with my ambush into Red Wrap. And I use my summoning trinket to get this little Hydra to fight for me as well. I trinket his stun. I try to get my dots up, so I have full dots on him now. With my Rotfang, I go Beetle. He's doing a lot of damage. I need to be careful here. I use my Harden to take less damage. I burrow because this is getting too uncomfortable for me. So I unburrow on top of this wall. So I can line of sight him behind here. Throw a couple of hots on myself. I leave combat. Go into stealth. Pop a brood trap at my first miss. And then I pop another one here and he steps on it. So now he's in a really bad spot. He has spiders on him, you know, he's rooted. Then ambush for the finish. So next up we have this Primalist, and if you guys remember, Primalists are like a mix between a hunter and a shaman. They're very durable, lots of self-healing, they have their own pet. So kind of annoying to deal with. And this guy's a bit low on HP as well, so I let him just finish the mob. I think it's kind of lame to jump someone if you don't need to. If it's like a higher level guy, then sure, go for it, but we're pretty equally leveled. Standard opener with my Brood Trap into Venomfang Ambush. I also use my Raptor Trinket here to summon a couple of Raptors. Get my Rotfang on him, go into Beetle form, and just try and tank him down. But look at his HP, by the way. Look at the amount of healing he's doing. Like instant cast healing. And his mana is not moving as well. He's like... He's not going His HP is like bouncing up and down. So I'm like, okay. And my Rotfang is soon over. So I need to reapply my Rotfang. So I need to go into Spider form again. I have full Brood Marks. I go for the Widowmaker finisher because I was hoping that would be enough to kill him. But it wasn't. So now I am actually getting low. So I have to burrow. I pop my Harden to get some extra healing. I unburrow, Shadow Meld to drop combat, stealth, and he's pretty low on HP. It does like a little charge with his pet to see if he can knock me out of stealth, but he's getting low on mana. Start my opener again with my Brood Traps just to be annoying here. His pet is focusing my spiders, that's good. Into a Rev Wrap again. I'm starting to have a lot of Brood Marks now, so I should be able to finish in here. I wasn't. I go for the Rotfang instead of the Widowmaker because I wanted to be safe, and then finally I got him. But that's not the end of the story with this guy. This guy got very upset that I ganked him and sent me a couple of personal messages. And because of that, I decided to gank him again. And he liked that even less. So he sent me this message. And of course... When you send stuff like this to me, I'm just gonna gank you again, bro. But yeah, after I ganked him the last time, I ran away because I didn't want to fight the level 60, so he never got his revenge. So the next clip is from a Battleground, Eye of the Storm. So I'm helping this guy cap the flag. And, you know, I'm putting down lots of brood traps just to be able to secure the base. And I actually knocked this guy out of stealth. So we deliver the flag, we secure the base. And then I realized that, uh-oh, the flag is going to spawn in the middle. And this is why I have this clip, because I like, you know, showing the different aspects of Venomancer. So now I used my Brood Traps to defend the base, which is, it's very strong. But now I'm going to show you how you can, you know, how Venomancers thrive at being, like, infiltrating. So I actually fall down the first time. But the flag is very far away, so I have to use my dashes, and I use my... celerity to get some extra speed boost. sneak past this guy so I don't get knocked out of by any AoE. We have a couple of allies trying also to get the flag carrier. Why am I yawning? This is boring. I think this is boring content, I'm sorry. He hides behind the pillar. I'm just ignore all of these other people. And I think he's a blood mage. He's trying to heal. I go for my, you know, standard opener, brood trap into ambush. I get the flag behind their back. And now I have a Chronomancer on me. I think he's like permanently slowing me here. Swap shapes to not take fall damage. Dash a couple of times, go into beetle form. And this guy on the mount like takes 12 years to decide to actually start the fight. I'm rooted. Pop my harden ability just to be able to survive a tiny bit longer. And I see that there's a lot of people following, so I go back into Spider. I have my my dashes of cooldown, heals over time, you know, just to be able to survive. And this is what I mean, like, Venomancers can be strong in a lot of different aspects. We're very strong in defense for putting down brood traps, but we're very good at infiltrating and being a sneaky boy. So the last clip is from Arathi Basin. We're going to try and cap Goldmine, and yeah, I just know that there's someone here in stealth. I have this tingling sensation in the back of my mind. So I do some preparation. I put a couple of brood traps in this bush over here. Just to check it out. I put a trap on top of myself and then I cap. So I'm just waiting for someone to open. And there we go. So there's a Reaper here. He steps into my first trap. I put some hots on myself. By the way, Reapers do an insane amount of damage, so I need to be very careful. That's why I'm kiting so much. He's slowing me, but I swap in another shape. Then I Shadow Meld inside the bush. He walks onto my traps, and then I open. So now I got the perfect opener, but then I actually use my Rev Wrap and my Noxious Empowerment to get more damage, but he uses his immunity, clears all of my debuffs, and I can't do damage to him. Now he has a huge shield on him. And look at the damage. Like, he touched me like a couple of times and I'm almost dead. Now he uses some sort of portal thing. I have no idea what this is, but I'm getting dragged back to the center. The thing is, that actually helped me more than, you know, expected. Then I turn around with full brood marks on him and I just one-shot him. A little bonus clip at the end here with some PvE action. This is a nice trick you can do with Brood Trap. You can just stack all of them on top of each other, and when the mob spawns or a player walks into them, they're gonna spawn like 30 spiders and take a buttload of damage. So this is a neat little trick, and this guy was I think he got a bit surprised. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the nice comments and the support. And please like and subscribe and comment if you want to see more. So yeah, have a nice day.